Yo, Mike. We are back. We are back. Another episode of the Everyday Gems podcast. Court is with me. Deontay is with me. Sean will be in shortly. Fellas, how y'all doing? Y'all straight?
Ain't
Yeah.
in there, man.
I hear that. Sunday, back to the regular tomorrow. But for now, fuck it. We off. But man, let's jump into this draft, man.
Some
Y'all
fuckery.
happy with y'all teams did so far, or what y'all
I
think?
love, I love
Now
everything my squad did. We
they
got
addressed everything that you feel you need.
everything we needed. We got our quarterback with the one, Cam Ward. Then we went in the second round, traded back, and ended up getting that third round pick that we didn't have. Ended up using that to get a safety. We got us an edge rusher in the second. Then we went full Cam needs weapons mode and drafted two wide receivers, a tight end. Then you signed it. Then you signed it. The wide receiver from Miami. What is his name? Respro or
Yeah.
whatever his name. Yeah, they played with Cam. Signed him too as an undrafted free agent. So I'm like, okay, I like it. The one, what we got? DK from Florida, fast receiver. Need that. And then we picked up old boy that went off on Travis Hunter during the season. He had what, a 13 catch, 294-yard game against Travis Hunter, and we know Travis Hunter's in the division. So yeah, that's a good move right there.
What was that? That dude was that Arizona?
Think so.
Yeah.
Was it
I
in
know
Arizona
somebody.
or was it something else? No, I don't know. What's his name? I don't know. He got a crazy name that I can't fucking pronounce. I was like, here we go. I got to learn new player names and shit.
Y'all still got the other wide receiver that was all y'all had last year, right?
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley. We still got Calvin, and we signed Tyler Lockett the day before the draft. So
Got it.
now we went from Traylon Burks and Calvin Ridley and a bunch of guys that's probably gonna be working in Medline with me to a formidable fucking wide receiving core now.
That's what's
Burke's gonna be a new manager.
he gonna be the new man.
Bro, he out. He can cancel Christmas.
He ain't got no job. No, he out the NFL. God
Think
damn.
about it. He ain't gonna be on Tennessee.
Yeah.
When you draft three, pick up two free agents at your position, and you already was on thin ice.
This
Yeah,
last year, because I tell you, whether we cut him or keep him, it's the same cap hit regardless. So it's like
they gonna cut it.
this is what I was telling people. I said if Cam Ward gets anything out of Traylon Burks this season, build that man a statue outside the brand new stadium because he did some shit that couldn't be done.
Shit, Burke's going back to Arkansas. Matter of fact, Burks might be in the UFL with motherfucking Will Levis.
We don't see. I mean, we before I even go there, now that you've seen the draft, do you have a team, dog? You got to pick now, bro, because you said after the draft. Deion, did he say that after the draft? You said it after the draft. You was gonna decide what you was gonna do. Let's go. You gotta pick somebody, dog, because you said it. You said after the draft, you gonna know who you was at. You gonna know where you was staying.
First.
Huh?
I'm gonna talk about some teams first.
All right, let's do. What else we need to talk about? We need to talk about the motherfucking Browns trading back.
No, we don't talk about the whole draft period because I think honestly, bro, they wanted to show Shedeur you ain't as big as you think you are. I think it was intentional that all them teams ducked him.
I thought it was hilarious.
This is the thing about the Dylan Gabriel pick, which I think is the stupidest shit. You draft a guy who has all the same attributes as Shedeur, but he's smaller, slightly better runner, but he's the same player in essence.
Where did he go? 5th round too? Shedeur?
Yeah, but you drafted the other kid in the 3rd round, the Dylan Gabriel kid. Shedeur's a much better quarterback than him, but he brings the same thing that Shedeur does. I think what it was, they wanted to humble Shedeur more so than anything. Because on some real shit, here's another thing. Think about this, right? He's a 5th round pick, so that means it's 2-year deal. If he blows up, we ain't got to pay your ass for a while, my guy. Because there's a good chance Shedeur is going to take the job from all them other quarterbacks.
there's a chance, but
Kenny
you know,
Pickett
it was,
Kenny Pickett's probably not gonna make the team,
shit, they traded for Kenny Pickett.
and they're gonna trade his ass right to somebody else via the waiver wire.
They got 2 Super Bowl champions at quarterback on that team. They got fucking Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, man.
They got one Super Bowl champion and a nigga who was on the team that won the Super Bowl. There's a difference. Pickett got a ring because he happened to get traded to the right team. He ain't earned shit.
If I'm Kenny Pickett, it's in my bio. Super Bowl champion.
Oh yeah, you put that in the header. You put that in the header by your name, but you also put that asterisk symbol beside that. They don't. I was on the team, not the starter, just in case someone asked.
The Jones
Hey,
ain't
he was
gonna
on
know
the field. He played in the Super Bowl. He played in that Super Bowl.
He watched the
Jones
Super
ain't
Bowl
gonna know
from the
that.
sidelines.
He played in that Super Bowl.
Them
But I
girls
think
ain't
he's
gonna know
like
that. They gonna see the ring and that eagle on my ring. Oh, he played for the
Yup.
Eagles.
Yeah, I don't think he shit. That might be his highlight of his career. He might be out of there in
Hey,
Cleveland.
don't hate. Robert Sacre got a ring, sir. Don't hate. Robert
There you
Sacre
go,
got a
Robert
ring.
Sacre.
Yeah, Robert Sacre got 2
Robert
rings.
Sacre got a
Yeah,
ring, sir. Let's not hate. Let's not hate on the
Yeah.
niggas that are at the bench, okay?
I think honestly I think they intentionally kind of did that to Shador because it damn sure wasn't about what he did on the field. I think it was one of those we need to humble this kid because he thinks he's bigger than what we think he is.
I thought. Did you hear about the prank call though?
Yeah, the Saints. The dude said he was Mickey Loomis, called his ass before the 9th pick.
That was fucked up.
Well, the GM for the Giants, his daughter goes to Ole Miss, and the dudes that did it was from Ole Miss.
Yeah. Plus the ties with Eli, so that didn't surprise me with the Jackson Dart thing. That wasn't really that big of a shock.
Nah,
I was more surprised by the Steelers not picking him.
Yeah, because they were the last hope as far as the first round was concerned. But your boy Mel Kiper was out there having throwing a BF because he wasn't picked. But this is the same guy that said Johnny Manziel was going to be a generational fucking talent. And all these other bum ass quarterbacks will be out the league after 4 years.
So y'all already talked about the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I done broke down all my shit. I like all my moves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to the Rams. That's an actual team.
No doubt. We just talked about because he had the number 1 pick, so we talked about his team and the moves that they made. You know what I'm saying? He said he liked all his picks and things like that. And then Court said after the draft he was going to pick a team, and he's still stalling. He said after the draft, baby, got you.
We're gonna let Sean do the Rams. They're an actual team.
You a piece of shit, sir. Pick a fucking team.
Yeah.
You should stick with the Texans. They had a pretty good draft, but
very much so. I agree because them 2 receivers they drafted gonna be a problem.
oh yeah, they had a solid draft. I think the Titans did good too. Certain pieces they picked up. But we talking about Shador, so I think once he fell past the Saints, I was like, well, it might be the Steelers. And then the Steelers didn't get him. It was like, oh yeah, he falling. I thought the 3rd round he might get scooped like Dylan, but
and just kept on going.
Yeah, and then Dylan got picked. I was like, oh wow, yeah, he's not getting picked for another round or 2. And then,
do y'all think it was intentional, or people felt like you think it was really like teams needed other pieces, and he really didn't have a spot?
It was only a couple teams that still needed quarterbacks after the fact, and the longer that shit went on, the further it would be that he gets picked. And like he said, they'd already picked a quarterback 2 rounds ago, and they pick another one.
And I think with that, I think that was I think the GM picked Dylan Gabriel, and I think the owner picked Shador. I think they got a call and was like, get Shador off the board because that's who we want.
And like he was saying, you saving a whole lot of money if he does blow up. But if he fails, it was just a 5th round pick, so it doesn't really fucking matter. So it's a win-win for Cleveland.
Because I think if you look at the reaction when they picked Dylan Gabriel to when they picked Shador, it was a total different tone in the room. It looked like they didn't even want to clap. It was just like, yeah, we did that. It's like,
yeah, it's almost weird. Like we get his ass off the board.
So, but yeah, the fact that he became the story over the number 1 pick, I think it's a good thing in a way because it ain't a lot of pressure aiming at the number one pick other than what he already walking into. So Cam can kind of just be under the radar.
and
Um,
ball.
but
But
the dart pick was a little high. I think that was too high. To
It's
me,
the
he was
Giants, so we knew somebody was gonna shake this draft up. Cleveland did it by trading back, and then the Giants did it by picking Dart that early.
Then you
But
got the Jags. The Jags, the
yeah,
way
Cleveland
they
and
shifted.
Jacksonville trade. That was a shocker there. I mean, because the Jags gave up next year's number one, so there's a good chance Jacksonville might finish fourth place in that division. That's
They,
very possible,
they were
which
going to
means
finish
Cleveland
fourth
could
in
have
the division
two
any
lottery
goddamn
picks
way.
next year.
Who's in that division?
Tennessee, Jacksonville, the
And Indy.
Colts, and the Texans.
Yeah, they were
And the
going to
Colts,
finish fourth anyways.
and see, the Colts improved their defense significantly in free agency and in the draft. Only thing the Colts worried about is one of them two quarterbacks just can't be garbage. They got if they're serviceable, the Colts could at the minimum finish third.
Well, they
Tennessee,
drafted a quarterback too. They drafted a quarterback out of Notre Dame.
That dude's
the
terrible.
Leonard kid.
Yep.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Mm.
So
But Tennessee very well could finish second or third in that division with the moves they've made because they've had a fairly good defense. Injuries kind of hurt them defensively, so now you get some weapons on offense. Because didn't y'all get a left tackle or something like that? I think y'all got a lineman or the solid lineman. So
In the draft or in the free agency?
I want to say free agency y'all picked up.
We got the left tackle from the Steelers, and we got Gary's right guard because we
Yeah.
moving Latham back to the right.
Was it Kevin Zeitler?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a Pro Bowl guard.
yeah,
So
Pro Bowl guard. Yeah, he's
better.
just older. He just doesn't fit the timeline as far as a rebuild. But if everything goes Jaden Daniels type like we did for Washington, we can be right there. You know.
So let me
I think,
ask y'all this question then. Oh, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
the like I was saying about the dart pick, I think he was a little high on there. I think they could have got him in the second.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of buzz was around his name in the past like 3 weeks, so they probably was like, let's just go get him. Let's just get our guy now, not even wait.
Yeah. Personally, I think he was overrated when you look at film. When you watch the film and you watch the games, he just doesn't seem like the quarterback that one is a first round pick, but like just watching him, his athleticism isn't as big as they made it seem. He doesn't have an arm that's wowing anybody. And look at the team he was on. That team is Ole Miss compared to talent. Ole Miss has far better talent than Colorado. Oregon, far better
I ain't
talent.
comparing him and Shador, but
No, I'm just saying, like, look at the teams. All the teams of the quarterbacks that got picked ahead of Shador were better teams. But you look at the numbers. Now, we all knew the ties with Ole Miss is why the Giants weren't going to pick Shador. I don't think they ever really was going to pick him, even in the first round. I think they were always looking to get Jackson Dart because of the ties with Ole Miss.
Once they came out and said the interview didn't go well for them.
They said he failed every interview.
Huh?
They said Shador failed every interview of every team.
I don't know about every. I'm talking about the Giants. When they said it didn't go as well as they wanted, that kind of set the tone. Like, all right, well, because for weeks we've been hearing leaks about where he was interviewing and how it went. Everybody kept coming out. The anonymous GM was coming around saying, oh, well, he didn't interview well. And it's like, all right, well, I mean, Gronk didn't either, but
a lot of players did.
How do you not interview? What am I missing? What did he say?
I'm
the greatest of all time, the prettiest motherfucker you ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch. How do you fail?
Shador went in there rapping his single. I don't think he did awful. Now they probably didn't like his answers, which is fine, but it's very football speak when they talk about it. So you gotta really kind of code what they saying.
Remember Josh Rosen? When Josh Rosen came out, he scored one of the highest scores on the Wonderlic ever. His family came from money. He was one of the most intelligent quarterbacks to come out in that draft, and NFL teams didn't like him.
Well,
because he was real confident
yeah,
to the point where they was calling him cocky, but he knew his shit. Unfortunately, he goes to the Cardinals with a coach who was a lame duck coach, so they fire Steve Wilkes for no reason. The team go 4-whatever. They draft Kyler Murray the next year. Josh Rosen becomes a journeyman. He's out of the league in 4 years. But it wasn't because of his football play. It's because he got listed like he wasn't a good quarterback because of his personality. And it sounds like that's what teams were saying about Shedeur. Because all his complaints had nothing to do with what was on the field. They made it seem like he was like he had too much ego. I'm like, bro, have you listened to what Josh Allen talks about? Have you listened to these quarterbacks talk? You gotta have an ego. You gotta have some type of confidence.
I think,
or your ass won't succeed.
The thing about the way that they perceive Shedeur and Jackson Dart is funny to me, because Dart got a personality too.
Mm-hmm.
And you gonna either like it or you gonna be like, I don't know about this guy. Almost kind of the way that kind of Will got noticed. A lot of people started knowing Will Levis because his personality off the field. So it's like,
until you see what he does in a game.
Bro, Jackson Dart looks a lot like Will Levis on the field.
Didn't Baker Mayfield have an ego too?
Baker Mayfield had a DUI and some more shit going on.
Baker got the
how the fuck did he?
Baker got the fight with the police and went #1.
You see what I'm saying? And what about Johnny Manziel? We know about his ego.
Yeah, he was.
He got the.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the complexion.
Put the kufi back on, right? Put the kufi on. I got it.
I was just talking to my cousin about it, and I told him, I said, I think the thing that was penalizing Shedeur was his dad. It just
if his last name was Jones and not Sanders.
They see how prominent they are beyond the field, whether it's social media and other ways. It's not for nothing else other than football, though.
Yeah,
his kids aren't in legal trouble. You ain't see Shedeur with doing lines in Mexico like somebody else's son. No shots, but just using them as a reference. So it's like you really just don't like him because he held his watch up celebrating. The whole college is 20-year-olds playing football. They all celebrate. What are we trying to get? See, this is the thing. You trying to like throw this like suit and tie buttoned up professionalism on a sport where they throw a ball down the field with helmets and tights on. It's like,
and it only applies to certain people.
Why are we trying to make this like? That's not why you drafting dudes for if they can do this, that, and the third and look like the. No,
and it's funny because everything you just said is the same thing they penalized Lamar Jackson for, why he went 32 in the draft, and then he turns out to be a 2-time league MVP.
But Lamar won a Heisman.
Yeah, and he won it by throwing the ball, but they said he couldn't throw the ball. Ask Florida State, can he throw?
And that's the funny thing, because he was in the ACC, and I'm like,
he was lighting Florida State
2 years in a row be good. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, but
he should have won back-to-back Heismans because his second year was better than the first year.
What else was shocking?
The Falcons trading at the end of the first round.
We got you said I want to come back to that because Deontay said you got one of our guards, right?
Yeah, we got your right guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
But y'all drafted his replacement.
Yeah, we drafted him too. We drafted a replacement. We drafted a dude out of Washington State too. So, what was it? Sacramento.
Tate, was it Tate Ratledge?
Yeah, no. George.
Is he?
He's going to be drafted.
Yeah, who we drafted? Tate Ratledge. Is he going to be? Because again, I don't know this. Is he going to be a suitable replacement?
Yeah, you won't look any different.
Y'all do well scouting linemen, so
yeah.
Okay.
That's why you think when y'all lose a lineman, he gets picked up by someone immediately. Detroit linemen don't last in free agency because y'all have a good department in that area.
Y'all got a real good scouting crew when it comes to linemen.
And then we got another edge rusher. What y'all know about? Was it Ahmed Hassani?
I mean, he's more depth. I don't think he's going to get started, but he's going to get minutes.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, he's not a number one, but he can spell Hutchinson or because y'all picked up another guy in free agency.
Now, what about what's this dude, the wide receiver from Arkansas? Is he going to be because we getting rid of what's his name, right?
Well, y'all not getting rid of him.
Yeah, y'all keeping y'all receivers. Because on the roster, y'all really only have two.
That was the rumor before the draft, but y'all not.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
I was getting a little nervous.
Both of the receivers y'all drafted have a good chance of making the team. I mean,
Isaac, what's his name?
Jameson ain't
Isaac
going nowhere. St. Brown ain't going nowhere.
Isaac Tesla.
That dude's tough.
And
Isaiah.
yeah,
Isaac,
he's a speed guy.
I mean Isaac. I'm sorry. No, he's a big body. Yeah, he money. I wish we would have got him.
He had a big body and he ran a 4.39.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he money.
And see, at Arkansas Pro Day, he ran a 4.2.
He's money.
Twice.
And then we got a tackle from Ohio State. We got Tyleek Williams.
Bruh, he has a chance to have your whole defense balling. Like that guy might be the star of y'all draft. Pairing him next to Hutch, yeah, he might be the
28. Well, I guess football's different. I'm gonna say 28.
You ain't got no choice but to pick a 28 when you win.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it ain't like basketball with a 28th pick. You kind of like, I just think might go to G League any fucking way.
Yeah,
but you can find value in the 5th round. It's all about finding value. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like you can find gems in the back end. You just gotta know you just gotta look at the board. If it's guys that you wanted, that's just like I said, we're getting Isaac from Arkansas. Like that he brings a lot of. He'll be good in the slot. That's a big slot dude. Like
okay,
yeah.
And then we got a safety, Dan Jackson. He sounds real
depth.
Corny.
We got him in the 7th, so
yeah,
we got him in the 7th. We got 2 7th rounders. Him and then Dominique Levitt was a wide receiver from Georgia.
Yeah, those just depth guys.
Yeah,
depth
special
guys.
teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we did make some good. Okay, cool. So the Tyleek
had a solid draft.
Okay. And
I think another surprise was Atlanta. They traded back at the end of the 1st round. I don't blame them from getting the 2 edge rushers. The picks they made wasn't bad. Where they messed up was they gave up next year's number 1 to go get a linebacker that probably would have been there when they picked in the 2nd round.
Thank you, Atlanta.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's how Atlanta and you see what I'm saying? You didn't have to give up that much to get the player that you got because
you see my name today.
Yeah. Because the teams he wouldn't have got picked. So Atlanta didn't need to give up what they gave up to get him. So, but Atlanta said, "This is our guy." Raheem did his homies a solid back in St. Louis or LA. So, yeah. But Atlanta needs both of them them outside linebackers to ball. Like both of them dudes need to ball.
Those are good edges. They good picks, but the way they did it was, thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, so they picked up another D tackle. So Atlanta defensively should be better.
What about you, Sean? How you feel y'all did?
Before I get to me, I got the Titans. They got the boy Gunner tight end. He should be. That's a nice piece right there. That's a nice piece to grab in the 4th.
To go because they got what's the O? It starts with an O, but the tight end they already got, he's a pretty good dude too.
Because I didn't see him fall. Well, I saw him. I thought he was gonna be in the 3rd.
You talking about Chiga Conquo?
Yeah, he's a solid tight end, and then y'all drafted another one.
Get snatched up in the 3rd. So
yeah, Gunner from Texas.
Getting him, that's a nice pickup. But yeah, talking about us. First, well, Court kind of already laid the ground floor for that. We got that pick from Atlanta. I wanted Luther Burden.
I did too, but once we traded back, I knew we weren't gonna get him. Chicago used that last pick that they got from the Bryce Young trade to get him with that.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Chicago, I think they reached crazy for Loveland.
Yep.
I thought that was way too high. That dude was in the 20s.
Especially since the tight end you already have in Komet is the same player.
I that was a super reach. But I wanted Luther Burden because he was still on the board at 26. But I see we think about 2026. So cool.
No, Atlanta said, "Look, we about to give y'all the whole draft." They was like, yeah, "If you insist, we'll go ahead and take all your money. Since you want to give us your paycheck, we'll take it."
So yeah, we tried to go up and get T-Mac that ended up going to the Panthers, the boy from Arizona.
Yeah, another big receiver.
Yeah, they was trying to get him, and they was trying to get the Ohio State receiver that went to the Bucks.
Ibuka.
Yeah, Buka. And I'm mad we couldn't get either, but
I'm kind of wondering why. Well, I guess the Tutu Atwell thing didn't really pan out, and then y'all lost to Marcus Robinson.
Well, Tutu's on a 1 year. Devontae, you know what I'm saying? It's like 1 year, so it's not like a
Yeah, because you got that one and then team option for the second.
Yeah, so you want to kind of replenish that room already. And I know us. That's why everybody was like, we got to get a linebacker. I'm like, we ain't drafting no linebacker in the first round. McVay getting no receiver. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all know who our coach is? You give a damn about no linebackers. I want a linebacker, but McVay ain't thinking about no linebacker that early.
5 wide, baby. 5 wide.
You already know. I told you for 2-3 years.
We started talking about Rams receivers, and it made me remember Van Jefferson, and then I just realized we got him too. I'm like, damn, we got about 9 wide receivers on the roster. Traylon Burks might be working at Medline starting Monday.
Right. Van Jefferson coming with us. It's a team sport.
Hey,
we coming down there.
Make the team.
The nigga said he will not be alone this year getting the ball. We're gonna have some options because
somebody gonna get the ball.
We're gonna spread this bitch around.
Yeah.
we drafted 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and signed his homeboy from that played with him. And we already had Tyler Lockett, Calvin Ridley, and fucking Burks and motherfucking Van Jefferson. I'm like, oh shit. That's like 9
Tajay Sharp and Pollard are like the same back. I figured y'all would go after a bigger running back.
We did get a big running back. He was the last pick we drafted. The last pick we picked was a running back.
Who?
I forgot his name, but he's a big back. He's a big back.
Maybe Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State.
Who's the best back out of this draft?
He went to the Raiders.
Yeah, Ashton Jeanty.
Ashton Jeanty.
The Omarion Hampton dude nice too, but that Jeanty kid, he got a legit shot. And he went to a coach who likes to run the ball until the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl when the game's online. Then he's going to throw a slant for an interception. But they're not going to get to the Super Bowl in Oakland and Vegas anytime soon.
Well, no, to be fair, they had a pretty good draft.
The Raiders did.
Which surprised me because usually they be doing some nonsense.
They got Tom Brady in the room now, bro.
Yeah, you got Tom and you got Pete Carroll. So
that was also the reason why I was surprised they didn't take Shedeur.
Well, I don't think Pete.
Unless they knew for a fact he's not playing for 3 years because they just gave all that money to Geno Smith.
They just paid Geno a lot of money. But we got a tight end.
How does he have a job? Jesus.
We got Edge.
Yeah, that tight end y'all picked up was pretty good. He's kind of like a younger version of Higbee.
I like him. I didn't think
was just trash.
I didn't think we was gonna get him because I thought he was gonna be gone. But I think they kind of reached though, because I feel like he could have been there a little later, but we ain't had no. I don't know. I feel like we could have got him in the third for real. But
yeah, they probably tried to anticipate that run on tight ends with just the Loveling dude getting pushed up. Tyler Warren, we knew he was going where he was going to go, but I think some other teams kind of snuck and got tight ends. So y'all said, "Fuck it, let's get our guy."
Because they wanted Warren. They was hoping Warren fell, and he was falling, but the Colts got him.
I'm about to say the Colts scooped that man up with the quickness at like 14.
Because I was like, they got to trade up if they trying to get Warren. He's going to go to the Colts. They're not going to let him fall past them. They need something like that. So
see, they thought the Loveland kid was going to fall. So Loveland was their number 2 tight end, as far as the Rams they was saying. But when the Bears, like you said, reached.
I like
basically Tyler Higbee. Like you already got him.
What team did a draft and gave y'all the what the fuck you do that for type of player? Anybody?
Probably Cleveland picking 2 quarterbacks when you already had 2 quarterbacks, not counting Deshaun Watson. Now you got 5 quarterbacks in the damn quarterback room. But we know Deshaun canceled him out completely.
Yeah.
Cancel him out, please. You got 4 quarterbacks. So what you gonna do? Who's gonna be the emergency third back, and who's gonna be practice squad?
They
I
was
like the
having
rest
an
of those
eye
draft
draft
picks.
before
Keyshawn
they did that.
Junkins,
Like-
the Junkins dude from Ohio State was a good pickup.
Yeah,
Which means Nick Chubb is a free agent, so a team who needs a bigger back, he's out there.
the dude Fanning, the
Yeah,
tight
the
end.
tight end they got. They had a good draft. It's just them
Those
two quarterbacks
picks
picks was a
goofy.
waste.
It just was like, what are y'all doing? You
Like-
got 2 running backs and 2 quarterbacks. What are you
But
doing?
I think they needed to because they didn't keep none of their running backs for last year.
I figured they was gonna get one.
Yeah,
So
they honestly they should have took Junkins and took Trayvon Henderson. I didn't realize Henderson was from Hopewell.
So
That's
Court,
what shocked
I
me.
wanted him.
That boy fast.
Bruh,
He hit the
oh
corner.
my
It's a
God.
wrap.
that's where you going with Court Cleveland?
Fuck no. For what? It's like picking Atlanta. I'd be in the lottery every year complaining about dumbass decisions.
You'll be the talk of the town.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I go back to Atlanta before I pick Cleveland.
I said the
crazy.
Saints. Saints had a what are you doing?
Yes, when they pick that court, but when I said, what are you doing? I know what they're doing. They're tanking. They're trying to be trash so they can get Arch Manning next year. That's what they're doing.
They're gonna mess that up
The
too.
Browns already gonna beat them to the punch because the Browns finna get 2 lottery picks next year. Because Jacksonville ain't finna be but so much better.
Well, this is Trevor Lawrence's last hurrah. He's gonna have to show me something or show them something.
Yeah.
So you figure the Browns will be picking in the top 3 next year anyway, but they'll also have Jacksonville's top 5 pick.
Well,
Trevor
it's
Lawrence
still
will be San Fran after next year.
the Saints might not win a game. They might go winless. They might go 0-17.
They're gonna gut that roster, and Trevor Lawrence will be starting quarterback, and they're gonna get rid of that piece of shit ass coach they got over there too.
Who?
This is
you
last
talking about?
year. He
San
going to San
Francisco.
Fran. Shout out to Mike.
Bruh, this
Come on.
nigga here.
Huh?
They already paid Brock
about?
Purdy $400 million.
Lawrence.
Bro.
Trevor Lawrence going to San Fran after this year.
Oh, well, they about to pay Purdy 55, so I don't know.
They're gonna do it so they can get rid of. They're gonna get rid of Purdy, get rid of that piece of shit coach, and get Lawrence. That's gonna be a start. That's gonna be the franchise right there.
Who their coach gonna be though?
Huh?
Who their coach gonna be?
Anybody but him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
man.
Okay.
Anybody-
But you don't like him or Harbaugh.
I ain't got a problem with Harbaugh.
No, the
Yeah, you
Ravens
do.
Harbaugh. Not the
You
Chargers
do.
Harbaugh, the Ravens
like John
Harbaugh. You don't
Harbaugh.
like his ass
Yeah,
either.
man,
according
he-
to
You
that.
said that man should have been fired before they left the stadium.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He
you
fucked
do.
up.
Yeah,
fucked
we
up.
not talking about Jim. We talking about John.
Yeah, he fucked up. He should have his ass gonna
We
get
know
up
you like. We know you like Jim. He came from Michigan. Yeah, yeah.
there.
Played and
Exactly.
coached. Yeah.
Exactly.
Homer.
Should have came to Detroit. You know what I mean? Just,
That's your backup team.
coach stuff. He could have been all OC for now, something like that. We could've got it. But it's all good. That's all good. We gotta go, dog.
Honestly, though, I do like what the Chargers did in the draft.
I was about to say they went and got them a running back, so that shows the faith they had in Najee Harris. They said,
Yeah. Like I don't
But
know
shit,
what
they
they
only
doing.
signed Najee to a 1-year deal.
I know, because he's gonna be working here on the pod. He's gonna be the new
Najee
sound
gonna
guy.
be on pod.
Listen, we about to have
A whole production, baby.
our staff in the next year and a half.
Them 100s and 200 episodes are going to be stacked.
Bro,
Right.
what? We got Najee Harris on the 1s and 2s. Like what?
Video quality.
Doing all the
like,
music
how are
again?
y'all hiring these people? We don't even know.
Hey, that's when the podcast money start coming.
Mhm.
Yeah, shit. Now we paying them niggas off exposure. We ain't giving them no green.
Oh no, we.
These
ain't-
niggas-
I
They
didn't
name
say-
being on the pod is all they getting.
I didn't say nothing about money. Give
I was
me
saying,
Bitcoin.
I'm just saying that's when what they said on Coming to America. That's when the big bucks start rolling in.
Oh, have mercy.
They can give us the money they was gonna give Shannon Sharp. We can go ahead and turn that money into something.
Hmm.
He need all the money he can get right now.
Hey, man.
I ain't got to worry about no scandals. Come on, ESPN, holla at your boy.
Hey man, look, man, I ain't tripping, but everybody want to play in the snow until it's a blizzard, bro. It gets real bad out there.
That's a bar.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah, that might
Don
be that might
DeMarco.
be the name of the damn. That's the name of the pod today.
Don DeMarco.
Everybody want to play in the snow until it's a blizzard.
Yeah, that's the title of the pod.
It's
That's like a
Yeah.
that's like a quadruple entendre there. That got like 9 meanings.
Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco.
Oh God. You know what?
And all I could see once I put that shit out there, all I kept thinking was Jameis Winston just smiling. I'm so happy and grateful. The Lord has blessed me to play in some snow.
I can't wait for the Giants season just because of him. I can't wait for that.
Must see TV. Must see TV.
The speeches are going to be amazing.
Bro, I don't. Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
can't wait.
I see the meme that said James is gonna be pissed because Russell Wilson might beat him to the speech.
Yeah, I see that.
They said regardless, whoever it is, that's gonna be a goddamn wild ass prayer before the game.
Bro, Marvin Sapp ain't got shit on them.
ESP, if y'all are listening, we don't have to worry about us. We all have black women in our lives. You don't have to worry about us.
Safe. Yep.
You don't have to worry about us. We are free and clear.
Yeah. Through a letter. Now you might get some cussing, but you ain't gonna get no snow play.
we ain't gonna bother y'all people. We ain't gonna bother your team.
Ain't no jokers over here either. We ain't
the podcast is powder free.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna about none of that.
No Johnson & Johnson, none of that.
Damn, what?
Ain't no gold medal flour in the room. Nothing. We all natural.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
What else? How do y'all think that your teams in y'all division did with their drafts? Was you looking like what y'all doing over there? Or?
Texans did what they needed to do, got their receiving core together, and Jacksonville went for the generational talent. Might even let it. I hope they let him play on both sides because that way he gets burnt the fuck out and be out the league in 3 years.
But now, it's funny because they talking about playing him at receiver more and letting him spot on defense.
Well, maybe he might not play DB at all now that we drafted that receiver that went slam crazy on him in college. So he got to play him twice now.
I hope that everybody that Green Bay drafted is worse than everybody that have on the team right now.
Slow down.
Receivers.
On some real shit, Sean, this might be the year I picked them niggas.
They got
no, fuck that.
That golden kid gonna be a real problem, bro. Hey,
don't come over here. Don't come over here. Nope, don't do that.
Look, you got options. Either Packers or Texans. I'm just saying.
Maybe the Texans. Don't do that. Don't bring your mother.
I like what Washington did this offseason.
I like the lineman they got.
Unless you come to Detroit. Unless you come to Detroit.
Yeah, Washington focused on the D line and the secondary.
Yeah. They it's so refreshing seeing them have a competent draft. It was like, man, it's been a while, bro. Like,
it's amazing to watch teams with organizations who actually try to win. The results were unbelievable when the upstairs people we actually trying to win the Super Bowl. We're not going to do some dumb shit. Let's do it.
I feel like the last couple years with Ron, they was reaching too much for me. Like the Forbes pick, all those. I was just like, why are y'all picking that type of guy? Like,
didn't even fit. That year they picked up the Will Jackson who didn't fit their system to draft a guy who's just like Will Jackson.
Yeah, it's like
neither one of them fit your system.
They don't fit the scheme.
It's like, bro, these are zone corners. You want to run man. How you thought that shit was gonna work?
Because they literally got rid of Forbes in like a short amount of time, like 2-3 years.
Will Jackson didn't even make it through half the season. They cut that motherfucker after 6 games.
I'm like,
they paid $40 million for a dude you don't even keep through a whole year.
What are you picking them zone dudes for?
Yeah, I like what Arizona did because I think the Will Johnson dude gonna be a steal for him. The cornerback from Michigan.
The thing about them, I ain't like they draft at all. Even with Will, not because they're in the division. I wouldn't have went Will because one, if it's already a scarcity with the knee, it's just like I don't know, gang. Like it's other dudes I think they could have went.
Getting him in the 3rd round is, I think, the value. Because think about it. If that knee is healthy, you got a potential Pro Bowler for like pennies. The problem is we talking a knee. Like they didn't put the degenerative knee like they did on Gurley. They just said he has knee issues. But if they said degenerative, he wouldn't even got drafted.
That's how they do you. They it's just a knee issue. But the fact that he dropped from that dude was supposed to go first round, like top 10.
He was rated higher than Travis Hunter until the knee issues.
So I'm like, we gonna see where that go.
I
D
think that
lineman they got,
receiver they got was a solid guy, but I don't know if he's gonna be
yeah,
a
the
difference
lineman
maker.
they got. I feel bad for him because they don't develop linemen well. Even though
Not at all.
they got a defensive minded coach, but they don't do they D line just be
A bunch of niggas on the field.
yeah. It's just like they never like get to the point where you're like, okay, they up
'Cause
there now.
they picked the dude Nolan from Ohio, Ole Miss, right? And he's coming off injuries, and they question his motor. That's not a good recipe for a D tackle.
I was like, all right, man, y'all. So I don't
They
take y'all too
winning.
serious, but the Niners had a weird draft. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, I don't remember them doing jack shit.
They got a lot of defense.
I don't remember them picking anybody serviceable.
Well, their first pick was was it Micaiah Williams?
He a D tackle, right? D lineman or D
D
end?
line. He a edge, but he undersized and slow. I was like, why are you picking that dude? Like, and he
So
real raw. Like
that must mean they're gonna play him at D tackle and try to use the agility part of it then.
maybe because it looked like a solid draft. I say that.
Mm.
But they didn't address the line, O-line. I was like, what are y'all? Now, the linemen won't that stack this year for O-linemen, so I kind of get it. But Gray Zabel was right there. I would have got him.
Yeah, he got picked early, but yeah.
I would
I
have
think
traded up for that.
they should have addressed the cornerback room too.
Yeah.
Because they lost two of their corners. He lost
They
Ward,
lost Ward and
they lost the kid they got from
the safety.
Kansas City. He went to Indianapolis. No. They got two wards. I think both of their wards gone because one went to Indianapolis to play corner.
Kaveri's gone.
Yeah, he went to Indianapolis.
The safety too left too.
Yeah, he went
His name started
somewhere
with a T.
because he wore number 1 for them.
But yeah, they had a weird draft. I ain't gonna act like our draft was weird, but they had.
I think the Bills draft was underwhelming as well.
You think so?
Did they need a lot?
I like the corner Hairston, but you already have a corner that plays his position. So unless you're gonna move one of them to the outside, because they best corner. I can't remember what number 7 where.
Hold up,
Is it Johnson?
let me look.
But he be balling, but he's a slot corner. Then you draft another slot corner.
Yeah, they did get a lot of slot dudes.
You
They
know,
ain't get no burners.
But I think they stayed away from the receivers because I think they're expecting Coleman to have a second-year leap. But
that draft was a little. I do like the getting Strong. I did like them getting him.
was he linebacker, defensive
Corner.
line?
He played at Virginia Tech.
Okay, but is he an outside corner or another slot corner?
He's probably gonna play. Yeah, he probably he a zone. He fit the zone. He a zone guy. So
I guess they figured Josh Allen good enough to where he gonna keep them in games and those guys can develop. But I think they should have they got some solid pass rushers, but maybe some depth in the front 7 would have helped.
I think they rushes is pretty good because Oliver's a problem in the middle. That motherfucker be. So
yeah,
I think if Landon kind of panned out, it'd be interesting because they got him in the 3rd.
Yeah.
So, because they kind of rebuilding still for real.
But
the D line they did. What did it do? Sanders.
He from what, Texas?
A lot. I know he played nose, but I ain't see him a lot. I think he played 3 tech. One of them.
Because if that's why Oliver played the 3.
Yeah, so he probably be a rotation dude, but they got him in the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I felt if they were gonna do the draft, I thought they should have went after a more big body D tackle, more of a run stopper.
What did Kansas City do?
They had a good ass draft.
Replace holes.
Yeah.
They got a shot to be right where they supposed to be.
Back in the mix next year, huh?
Exactly. Matter of fact, the first round pick they got the tackle from Oregon. He slipped to them because I think they was trying to say like his reach, his arm. He doesn't have long arms, but he's probably the most talented tackle.
Yeah.
They were saying like if his arms was a couple inches longer, he would have been the number 1 tackle in the draft because off athleticism.
And he had the knee injury too.
Yeah, like they just know what to do.
I
Getting
did
Rashid Rice back.
Can anybody beat them in the AFC?
Yeah, they're beatable.
Okay.
But you just have
See
to.
what happened in the Super Bowl?
Bro, they've
No,
been.
I said
beatable.
AFC.
It's still.
No, Kansas City
Okay,
has been beatable for the last They've been beatable every year. The thing is, they execute and you make one mistake.
It's like I told you every game. It's what the Eagles did. We're not gonna play you like you're the 96 Bulls and the music playing dun, 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 and we're scared. No, we're gonna punch you in the mouth. Like the Broncos can definitely beat them. The way they drafted, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
They went and got another corner
from Texas, bro.
Did the
They went and got
Ravens
another
get
corner.
a
I was like,
receiver?
yo,
The who?
The Ravens, they get any receivers?
No,
they had a good ass draft. It don't even
but
matter.
they filled the holes they needed. They got another corner.
Yeah, they still had a good draft.
They got the best safety. They got probably the reincarnation of Khalil Mack. All the Mike Green dude got to do is
ball
Green.
to though, man.
Huh?
Need somebody to throw the ball to.
bro. They all right. They all right.
I'm telling you, they fine. That's
They all right.
Okay.
yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm not gonna argue about this one. I ain't.
I'm gonna tell
Like,
you, because
They filled whatever holes they needed.
Yeah,
they got
like-
them straight.
when you look like if you watch the draft, bro, if you watch the draft every year, the players just literally fall to them. It be studs that just fall to them,
Yeah.
and you be like, how did that dude fall to them?
The dude Mike Green that they drafted at the end of the first round is literally
He should have won the first round.
he's a faster version of Khalil Mack. When Khalil Mack came out, they're the same height, they have the same weight, they play the same position, they play the same way.
He was a
He
steal.
ran a 4.6 and Khalil Mack ran like a 4.7.
He's a steal. The problem with him, though, he had some off the field stuff with some
Yeah,
SA
and he played
stuff.
at Marshall,
So
but he dominated at Marshall.
What is
Like
what,
he
you know what, Gary? Shut up.
led college football with 17 sacks.
I mentioned that for a reason, but
And he fits the Ravens. The Ravens like dudes with off the field issues.
I ain't gonna go there. But
Because the thing is, the thing with Baltimore, their culture as a team.
because I'm not gonna go there because Tucker got a case. I'm just not gonna go there.
Yeah. But see, the Ravens organization has embraced that player the
Bruh.
entire time.
Oh my
Justin
god!
Hugger.
I
So he
cannot.
fits.
They like all niggas off the field issues. Damn.
Bruh. They win Super Bowls with them guys.
As soon as he said that, I was like, damn, Justin Tucker did get damn. But the Emory Jones kid, the tackle, I like that pick too.
My fault, y'all.
No, you
Phone
good.
back.
You good?
You good, boss?
But he a little raw, so he probably won't, they probably develop him for a little bit before we see him.
That's a franchise that don't make a lot of mistakes.
Bro, I
Baltimore.
swear, like when I watch they draft, I'd be like, we couldn't do that. Like, we couldn't do that.
Man, I just hope next year we get the matchup everybody wanted to see this year, Detroit versus the Ravens in the Super Bowl. We probably won't get that because my team is fucking my team.
There you go with that silly.
Damn, it's April. You already. That's kind of
Hey,
crazy.
I told you,
Yeah.
Sean. It's never. I got to see it first. I will
Maybe-
never
maybe
get
you-
hyped in it. I
maybe
will
you do
never
need to stay
drink Kool-Aid,
pessimistic.
bro.
Maybe if you do stay pessimistic, niggas won't get hurt and you guys will go
But
to the bowl. Because
to your-
injuries is
to
why
your-
Detroit didn't make the Super Bowl.
To your
It's
question,
not gonna happen.
but to your question about the AFC, yeah, they can be beat even in their own division because I feel like the Broncos is creeping.
Yeah, and the Chargers.
The way
Me
that
too.
they drafted,
I don't trust. You can never trust the Chargers. The Chargers are going to charge.
know what I'm
Deontay
saying?
has been saying
The
that
thing is,
for
I think
about
philosophy wise, they're changing.
53
they'll be in the
times.
mix.
Yeah,
The thing about the
they're
Chargers, they'll be in the mix and they'll trick you.
Matter of
Get-
fact,
get
Deontay's
your
been
mouth
saying
wet
that
until it's
since I've
time to
known this
actually
nigga. He's always that's
deliver.
been his quote of since I've known him. The Chargers will charge. Eventually, they will charge. And that, I know this nigga about 17, 18 years. The Chargers will charge. He's always said that. You never had faith in them niggas ever in life.
Yeah,
So
sounds like Atlanta to me.
I mean,
At least you could say Atlanta went to the Super Bowl. You just
Right.
haven't recovered
Oh.
since then.
Sure.
But the Chargers is just going.
what, 90,
Don't,
90, what was
don't,
that? 90,
bro, don't nobody want to
98,
talk about
99?
no. They went in 2014. They have
96.
the worst. They went in 2014.
to
They
Super
have the
Bowl?
worst Super Bowl collapse in the history of the league.
Who are you talking about?
They lost to New England. But Julio Jones
No,
and
I
Matt
said
Ryan.
He's talking about Atlanta.
Oh, the
he
Chargers.
talking about
ain't
Atlanta. He talking about the
95.
Chargers.
Yeah, I was talking about the Chargers. I said the Chargers been in what, was it 96, whatever that
95.
No, that was like 94.
That was the Dion 49er annihilation of them.
Yeah,
They had 55-20. Ricky Waters looked like the greatest running back in the history of football.
he really did. They beat the dog shot on them boys. That's a different story. Anyway, yeah.
But the Chargers, like I said, the Chargers will trick you. They'll get hot, and that's the thing that Harbaugh got to overcome. That's why I was kind of like about their draft, because I mean I like Omarion Hamilton. I like him, but I wouldn't have went him for what they need in the backfield. The Trey Harris dude, that's cool.
How's their line?
That line
The
pretty
Chargers
fine.
line is good.
Okay.
Yeah, the line's
They
pretty
took
fine.
my motherfucker who would have been my left tackle last year, Joe Oat. I'm still pissed off at that.
Yeah,
Draft a
Joe
left
Owens.
tackle to make him play on the right.
I had
Why
him.
didn't you just draft a right tackle then, asshole?
And that was what the
Oh.
pick right before y'all picked last year. Too.
Yeah, that's what I said. The
right
Chargers
before.
were going to fuck us, and then we had to go Latham, who was a right tackle that we moved to the left because they drafted a left tackle to play him on the right. I said, why the fuck you didn't just take Latham, stupid motherfuckers?
Damn.
So I would say this, like with the Hampton thing, I'm guessing I think a lot of teams was drafting more like off the 1-year deal guy, and they're like, all right, we're gonna develop the replacement for 2026. Because it looked weird when you just look at some of these pictures, like, why did they go there? Then it's like, okay, well that dude's on 1 year, stuff like that. So some of this stuff kind of makes sense when you look, but
Yeah, like you said, I think a lot of
Oh.
teams did that 2026 philosophy thing. I agree with you on that, Sean.
I don't. Some teams had weird drafts though. Like I don't know, the Vikings had a weird one.
Man, fuck the Vikings.
Didn't the Vikings just make a trade for a quarterback? They traded with they went and got
Yeah.
Sam Howell. Wait,
Yeah.
who is he playing for? The Seahawks?
Yeah,
Fuck the Vikings. Fuck the Bears. Fuck them.
Hey,
Pussy
Seth
ass.
Rollins came out there to did the Bears pick
Yeah.
later on. He was talking cash shit.
the Bears might be all right. They need to be because they screwed everybody over last
I
year.
hope my whole division get hurt besides the Lions. Quarterbacks, receivers, everybody in your they starting 24 on every team. Just get injured.
That's
Fuck.
craziness.
Matter of fact, the starting 50, matter of fact, the 52 on each team get hurt. They got to forfeit them niggas besides us. We can win the division. Fuck them niggas, yo.
Well, football guys are not gonna look like that, but okay.
They won't. They won't.
I hear you.
It might be the total opposite.
Best record. Do all that winning, that fucking around and go home at the first playoff game. Bullshit. We couldn't even get one playoff win. Fuck this shit.
Well, look, you're gonna play the OC next year, so you can get your revenge if you feel that was on him.
But he was at the Jets, right? Pussy ass nigga.
Nah,
he
he
went to
went
the
to the
Bears.
Bears, bitch ass, hoe ass, fuck ass, dick ass, puss ass. Anyway, I'm sorry.
That
This
was
is why I
you
like
right there.
football, yo. I can't. This shit stress my soul out, bruh.
This is
Yeah,
why he
well-
didn't want to do a draft episode.
This is why.
And they had a good draft. That's the sick part.
They fixed all the holes they needed to fix.
They had a good draft, and he's over there losing it.
Because I just
never be
dog, I
satisfied,
want
bruh.
to win. I don't care about the.
You just started, brother. You
It
gotta,
doesn't matter. I want to
you
win.
gotta relax.
I can't. I cannot relax.
What we gonna do is stop doing football because shit, we got a long time before September.
Hell yeah, fuck them niggas. Anyway, playoffs, NBA playoffs. We got some games on right now. My Detroit Lions. I ain't even mad at them. We lost today to the Knicks. We down
So
3-1.
the
Pistons?
Detroit Lions lost to
You
the
mean the
Knicks.
Pistons?
I mean
The
the Pistons.
Pistons?
Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad. The Pistons. See,
That was a
see my
fucking
hands there?
foul.
Yeah,
We
my
can't do
Pistons
no more
lost
football
today.
topics.
Yeah, my Pistons lost today, but I'm not mad. We down 3-1. If we lose on what is it, Tuesday and Wednesday, I ain't mad.
Tuesday.
We won 25 games last year. I ain't
Yeah,
even
y'all
tripping.
had a 30-game improvement.
I ain't even tripping. We lost. We had 25 games, so fuck it. I'm good with that. We gonna be all right. We gonna get better. I'm good with that. So shout out to my Pistons. Let's go.
Yeah.
Houston. We were talking about that. Huh?
Houston, man, them boys shit the bed last night.
Houston wet dog. Them niggas.
Yeah, they
fucked
did.
them. They supposed to
They had
win
an opportunity.
that by about 20.
Every time I kept looking, I'm like, bro, they should really be up way more than they are right now.
Yeah.
And then
They never pulled away.
and they couldn't do nothing with Steph in that second half. This motherfucker started going ape shit.
They had the opportunity, man.
They did.
Jalen Green is probably the sorriest all-star remaining in the playoffs.
For real.
This motherfucker will go out here and give you 7 points in game 1, drop 38 in game 2, and then go back and give you 9 in game
That
3.
nigga said the sorry.
He was charging. That's what he was doing.
Playoffs, but ain't nobody left out the playoffs yet besides the Grizzlies.
Don't worry, can't go.
I'm just saying, compare every team that's still remaining in there. He that has an all-star on their team. He's hands down the sorriest one.
Yeah, it's been rough for them. They can't score, man.
So fucking consistent. It is
too inconsistent.
Yeah,
and at this point, it's kind of like, bruh, how long has it been? Like, you got to be one or the other, man.
Right,
like,
right.
Sagoon was out there playing like a bitch. That man was playing soft as shit, man. I'm like, Draymond right there, he too little. Take his ass to the old motherfucking Gary Payton checking you. Post his ass up. You gonna shoot a goddamn jump shot from the free throw line.
Them foreigners, man. Them foreign big man, they just niggas are 7 foot tall, small forwards out this bitch. They ain't even.
Man, he won't doing none of that shit in the regular season.
Yeah, he was playing way different.
I'm like, man, he was playing soft as shit last night, but Dylan Brooks has been showing up. He's been playing. Goddamn.
Yeah, he want to win.
Oh, you mean fouling?
I hate that.
Fouling hard?
No, he's been scoring double digits and playing defense and all kinds of shit. He's out there playing.
That nigga's wasting time.
Well, hey, Dennis Rodman scored double digits.
Beverly 3.0. There's only one Patrick Beverly.
You said, what did he need Patrick Beverly?
No, I say he's Patrick Beverly 3.0 and there's only been one.
Damn.
That nigga just be doing shit, dog. He get his ass bust. I'm still on your ass, my nigga. What? Get out of here. Get lost. Nah. But no, that I mean,
Dylan already played. You need Dylan's good on your team. He's terrible on other teams.
Listen, Pacers and Bucks.
They about to play again tonight.
They won the third game, which I didn't think was gonna happen. The X Factor stepped up. Trent Jr. went out there and dropped 37 on their ass because Dame ain't do shit. First game back, he ain't do much, and then he really ain't do shit that second game. But Trent, that was the Trent that I liked in Portland that can go off like that.
Yeah, he looked like Portland, Gary, for real. He did. That's who he should be all the time.
It's like Giannis needs some fucking help. Somebody needs to show up. Kyle Kuzma gave some production, but you couldn't go nowhere but up from compared for game. Fucking
right.
That motherfucker there.
When you got Doc out here, we got to get Kuz and what do you? Why won't they just?
This is why we question your coaching ability.
Since forever.
I feel bad for Giannis and Dame because you got to walk to the sideline and see Doc and Darvin Ham with his hands in his pockets. It's just like, what? We're going home because of this. But they got fight. They still got some fight left. So they could.
If they win tonight, it's a series.
It's gonna be despite them two on the sideline.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If they win tonight, it's a series. If not, they'll be going back to Milwaukee and taking their ass home. In the next game.
At least you can take a
That game is in Indiana.
That's what I'm saying. If they don't win this next game, if they don't win tonight, they're going back to Milwaukee to get beat. So I hope
they lose at home because you can just go right to the shower.
No, I'm saying tonight is in Milwaukee. The next game is in Indiana. You saying that they don't win tonight? They're going to know. They're going.
My bad. I thought the Bucks was 4. My fault. You're right.
Bucks have been too ass to be top 4.
God damn it, Bucks. This is
yeah, the Grizzlies at home.
Grizzlies got swept like we expected, but they actually played with some motherfucking heart in that fourth game.
They tried. That boy went off for That boy went off for what he had 38, 6-5 or 38, 7 something.
Something like
Hey,
that.
when you lose a game by 50 points in the playoffs, I mean, you can only go up.
They was
Well, that
fighting.
was game one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how you
that was
started
game
your
one.
series.
It went from 50 to 30 to 20 to 2.
You see that
Progress.
You know
Big
that progress is crazy. But that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying today, man. Like Shea gonna give you 30, man. That other
But he-
category over there, you just be like, Jesus Christ.
But the
That number
thing
started
is,
ticking up.
Shea hadn't been Shea yet. They was
Huh?
wilding without Shea. You had Chet putting up buck. You're like, all right.
He had, but what did Shea had the first game? Shea had what 25 the first game?
No, when they won, no, Shea didn't even get 20 in that first game. That was the end of his
Okay.
streak of 20-point
he had
games.
like
Okay.
16.
And what do you
Yeah,
have to say?
They didn't even play really the third quarter. They stopped playing after 2 minutes in the third quarter.
In the first game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different. That's the game they got beat by 50.
Yeah, but you said what he had in the first game. He didn't even score 20 in the first game. He had 31 in a game. He had 36.
And now we on game 4.
Yeah.
No. He said 31, 36, and what else? What was the last one?
I don't remember what he had in the very last game. That might have been what he had the last 36 in the last game. And
He had his last 2 games that he was on. The first 2, he was all right.
but no, let's talk about that Denver and Clippers
I
series.
wanted to get there.
Do you, man? That last play, bro. That is probably the closest shit I've ever seen as far
I
as
don't know how they called that.
it looked like to me because he dunked it. That's what made it. It should have been not have counted.
Because his hands was technically still on the ball.
If he tapped it, he wouldn't have got it.
It wouldn't have been a dispute if he had tapped it. I think it would have been clear that he would have got it in there. But being that he dunked it, it's like he's still holding the ball as it's going in the rim like that. Like it's still on his fingertip right when it goes through the net. But I was like, I don't know how they're gonna call this. Whatever they call, I just gotta live with it.
The game was already crazy.
The NBA was like, hey, make it count.
Because
Let's extend this series.
The Nuggets was ball, like the Nuggets was all around playing. Like it was like, oh, finally the whole team's woken up. Like
Yeah, they were up what 15, 16, something like that. Although the biggest lead was 22.
20.
And then I left out the room. I came back. The Clippers was only down like 8. I said, "Oh shit, what the hell happened?" I
And
left
they
out the
counted
room
that bucket,
again.
right?
Huh?
They counted that bucket, right? Or they didn't?
Yeah,
They
that's how
counted it. They won on it.
That's how they won, yeah.
Okay, and then I came back again, and I was like, "Oh shit, they only down 2." And then they started trading buckets at the end, and then giving the drama at the end. Zubac with the tip in to put them up, and Joker gets the ball out in the perimeter, turn around, and he just threw that bitch up. I was like, "Is he shooting?" Oh shit! And Aaron Gordon went up, caught it, and dunked it in there, and it was like right at the buzzer when the red lights come on.
To being the most intriguing matchup is living up to that. Like
Yeah,
all the way.
Aaron Gordon should get a dunk contest trophy for that. They owe him 2. We may well give him 1.
They do own one.
that was crazy. It's interesting, man, to see what that series. I want to know how it's gonna end. I mean, it's going 7, so
Yeah.
Hey, all I need is Milwaukee to contribute tonight, and that series becomes a lot more interesting.
But I hope the Clippers wins. They're better. They're a better matchup for OKC. I think Golden State going to end up getting beaten 5. I mean, not Golden State. That Denver going to end up getting beaten 5. Sorry.
Oh, if they see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Or they
do
play
want to see
OKC.
the Clippers play them.
You know what I mean? I think they're going to get beaten 5. Denver if they
Because
get
we don't
past
get a
the
healthy
Browns.
Kawhi all the time recently, so
Yeah,
get the most
gotta
out of it.
enjoy this.
That was like the worst shooting game Kawhi had. Because around at the end of the game, they kept going to him. He kept tricking. I was like, "Hey man, it's time to go to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's time to go to somebody else."
But yeah.
It's I mean, it's right now what we got the Timberwolves and the Lakers. What is up by 4? The
Yeah,
Lakers
it's
up
a
by
nice
4?
little battle.
Late in the third.
Yeah, I need the Timberwolves to go ahead and win. Send this nigga LeBron home, please. Thank you. Hurry up. Like, just
Orlando
hurry
did
up.
get swept.
Just send that
Miami's
motherfucker
gonna get
home.
swept. So them series ain't really worth talking about.
Miami's getting swept, but Orlando got them one already.
Yeah, Orlando won.
Is Tatum playing tonight?
I think, yeah, he's playing. But
That's
you
pretty
see what Orlando's game plan is. Y'all can't stop following goddamn Wagner. We're going to just let them score all the points and just hope at the end we got a chance.
Contribute here and there.
Yep.
Because at first, the first game they had something to counter Paolo and them, but
Yeah. If you can
Like-
get Cole
like,
Anthony
Paolo
to drop
figured
some
it out.
buckets,
he figured it out. So it was like, nah, you got to give me more than Drew Holiday on me. You got to do more than that.
But the bus is a little nigga ass. Fucking
And
him
that's
up.
Drew Holiday's strength, though. He could play the bigger player, but
Yeah.
Paolo was finding those
Little-
answers in
yeah,
spots.
Paul's a
nah.
little too big. That's a grown man there. That's
Hey,
it.
And
That's
like you
that's
said,
athletic
then Barnes
experience.
was doing what he needed to do. So
If Orlando wins tonight, y'all think they got a chance to win this series?
I said they'll give them some games because Orlando has beaten Boston multiple times in the last 2 years.
they'll push
But
him.
it's just the team being so decimated with injury, they're not winning the series, but they can play them tough.
They can push it, but Boston.
That'd be insane if they won the series. And they're not gonna do it. That would be in
that
fucking
would-
insane.
I know Cleveland will be happy.
Cleveland and the Knicks.
Yeah,
Cleveland might if Boston loses, Cleveland might end up losing because they'll be so happy to be like, who gonna beat us? And look past the team and then get beat by accident. You'd be like, damn.
Then the Knicks just go.
They'll lose to Indiana or Milwaukee in the second round.
Accident. You'd be like, man, they'd be like, they
It
was
just
looking
be mayhem over there. You'd be like, what is going on in the East?
for, like, bro, we was planning for Boston. What we supposed to do now? We ain't gotta play Boston now. And get beat. You be niggas be mad.
That might not work out for you, G, because if the Lakers get where they need to go, that
Yeah.
might not work out for you. So
All of a sudden they get to the championship. Shannon Sharp got his job back. You like, all right, come on.
The case he already won the case.
Case gone now. Shannon Sharp back. Lakers in the championship. All right, guys, come on, dog. How we get here? Nobody want to hear this shit. Nobody want to hear that shit, dog.
They say white pass, Lakers in 5.
Exactly, bro. Eastern Conference, Western Conference, LeBron in 5. All right, shut the fuck up, dog.
the fact that the case went through a trial and was they already
Lakers win a championship, and all of a sudden it's gone. He's found not guilty. You like, bruh. She owe him money now and shit. You like, all right, really? Because the Lakers won.
how did
Gotta
this
get
trial
Shannon
speed
Sharp
up so
back.
quick?
It's bullshit. Gotta get this nigga his job back. Fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Magic, keep fighting, man. Make it interesting. Shit.
Yeah, I think they, I got it. If they win tonight, it'd be over in 6. I don't think it's going 7. If it goes 7, they're gonna get beat by 30 in the 7th game.
They'll make it real painful.
Over the 7th game. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. This good games on tonight. Anything else, fellas, y'all got?
Thanks, Atlanta. For
Christmas in
allowing that
July.
trade to go through.
Court, pick a team, dog. Pick a team, bruh.
Yeah, you got.
Come on, man. You stalling, bro. Ugly ass. Pick a team, nigga.
You got the colors on.
Did he
You got his team colors on.
pitch off?
You got the team colors on.
Nigga took his pitch off. You ain't shit. And he
He
muted
got-
his mic.
You got the team colors on.
You know
Just
what?
saying.
He a Texas fan. We going to Texas. I don't even care what he say.
You got the Texas colors on.
You a Texan, bro. You a Texan.
No.
Where you at,
I
nigga?
learned my lesson jumping off doing one-hit wonders.
Hey, listen. You with the Texas, dog. Or pick somebody else.
Man.
Stay with them niggas. What you doing? Or you going back to Atlanta?
Texas, man.
Oh, I'm do shit.
You got 2 of the Atlanta colors on, niggas.
Right,
Gotta
Atlanta
show
broke
black.
their future on a guy who wasn't even supposed to get picked right there.
All right, we got to pick, dog. We got to go. You got to pick, man.
I'm picking the white girl.
I see you going to jail too. Listen, all right,
Yeah.
look.
Green Bay. That means Green Bay. I'm assuming that means Green Bay. A lot of white people in Wisconsin. So
Then you can be talking Chicago, all the snow.
I'm definitely not picking them flakes.
You talking about Iowa? You can go to college and go to Iowa. There's a lot of snow out there. Stay
Man.
cold. Minnesota, no, stay out of my division. Fuck.
You know what? I'll give Houston another year.
Thank you. God damn, right? He finally picked a team, goof ass nigga, man.
But
God damn.
if they on some fluke, I'm asking
Now,
for my
change, take that raggedy ass droid you got and put the Titans logo on your phone.
Nah,
You
they,
gotta get up out of here.
they called me last night and wanted to renegotiate bringing me back. So I told him, hey, y'all got to mid-season, and it might be we're gonna cancel this contract again. So
Nah,
I'll
you
give
stuck.
him another chance.
You stuck, nigga. Go ahead,
Nah,
take that
bro.
ragged ass droid, put them Texans logo on your phone. That way, with the next pod, you can show your phone. Got that, you know what I mean? Show that bullshit that you got the Texans logo on your phone. All right, look, we gotta go. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for subscribing. We appreciate y'all. We gotta go. Peace.
Peace.